Welcome to Saratoga, California. I'm Trisha Motter.
And I'm Michael Gordon with E3 Realty.
This affluent community is bordered around Cupertino and San Jose that is rich in history and character, where you will find many enchanting spots throughout this beautiful city, one of which we are featuring today.
Hakone Estate and Gardens is celebrating over 100 years of being a national treasure, which also happens to be a filming location for the Academy Award-winning film, Memoirs of a Geisha.
So let's learn more about this amazing and beautiful treasure.
Today we have with us Executive Director Shozo Kagoshima. Can you tell us what was the inspiration behind Hakone Estate and Gardens?
Well, the inspiration behind Hakone was the original owners of the estate, Isabel and Oliver Stein. They visited the Panama Pacific Exposition in 1915, which was held in San Francisco. And there they saw the Japanese pavilion, and they became inspired of Japan and the Japanese culture. After visiting that, they decided that they wanted to build their own Japanese estate. So Mrs. Stein went to Japan in 1916, traveled throughout Japan just to kind of visit and tour different Japanese gardens and to get her inspiration, and then came back. They purchased the 15 acres of property here in the Saratoga hillside, and in 1917, they hired a Japanese contractor and architect to build their own private estate. And so in 1917, this upper house was built as part of the estate.
So what is Hakone famous for?
You know, it's a Japanese garden. They like the beauty, the serenity, and obviously, you know, different seasons, the different colors that pop up, right? This time of year, springtime, we have the azaleas, we have the cherry blossoms. In a few weeks, we'll have the wisteria. That's when people think most of the garden. But then, you know, in the fall, the different fall colors pop up, and it's, you know, it's really beautiful. You don't associate that with California, mainly with the East Coast. But if you're here and visiting, you know, all the maples are changing colors, everything's changing. You have a variety of colors from yellow and orange and red. And it's, you know, people just come for the serenity, be able to come and relax and take a nice walk through the gardens and just kind of take it easy.
Shozo, what are some of the things that visitors should look for when they come here to the gardens?
Well, when people visit, you know, they mainly come to see the pretty flowers, but they really should take the time to enjoy all the little details, the little intricacies, the way the pine trees are trimmed, the maple trees are trimmed. There's all a purpose for it. You know, our gardeners spend a lot of time to make sure they follow the same techniques that the Japanese landscapers did. And so you know, it's just looking at it. It's not just you cut this branch here, cut this branch there. So if they look at the minor details, it really is, you know, a thing of beauty. And it's just, you know, take the time to go through and really take time to smell the flowers.
Shozo, what is it that makes this garden different than all the others?
Well, even though Hakone is a public park today, it was originally designed and built to be a private estate and gardens. And so Mrs. Stein wanted to be able to enjoy the beauty as she was sitting on her veranda, you know, overlooking the gardens or watching the moon as it rose. But, you know, eventually as it became a public park, what we try to do is maintain the gardens the way Mrs. Stein wanted it. And so we try not to deviate from that. Whereas in a public park, botanical gardens, you know, things are built, designed for public viewing, and that being the main reason. So I think that's the main difference between Hakone and any other public park.
Thank you so much for joining us here in Silicon Valley. It's truly been a pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Until then, keep living the American dream.